You don't get bonus points for burning yourself out. I really thought being exhausted meant I was doing it right. Nope. Hey everyone, today we're gonna go on one of our favorite subreddits called Ask Reddit, and we're gonna learn some life epiphanies people have had. Let's go. The first question is, what's a lesson you learned way too late? If it cost you your peace, it was never worth the discount. Education. Okay, fair. I have a personal experience to which I like to save money because, when you grow up with a lot of money, you try to save as much as you can. And I've put myself in harder scenarios and longer scenarios just to save a few cents. And I can honestly say it would have been very much worth it if I had just spent it. On top of that, sometimes I saved a lot not doing those things and it was fine. You don't get bonus points for burning yourself out. I really thought being exhausted meant I was doing it right. Nope. 100% true. Burnout is such a thing. And a lot of times we're trying to impress the people that are on top of us when in reality we're hurting ourselves. We really have to focus on ourselves as well and our own well-being. Because if we try so hard and we keep pushing, it's just going to end up down the drain quicker than we even expected it to. And that's saying this coming from someone who's in the medical field. It's something I'm actually worried about, burnout, because I really want to keep helping people and I really want to push that, but it does work you so hard and it is a fear. It's just something you have to learn to balance in order to not go through. And unfortunately, it's harder to do in certain fields than others.
Life can really swing you along sometimes.
Alcohol is a big word. Yep, alcohol is actually one of the top things people are addicted to. Very bad in many ways, both medically, mentally, emotionally. Going above and beyond and being good at your job gets you nowhere. Well, a lot of people are saying that. But postponed important and unpleasant matters will hit harder later. So it's better to deal with them right away to get things from getting worse. That's fair. Don't procrastinate the hard aspects just because it's hard. Trust no one. It is hard to trust people as someone who has trusted people and it's gone down the drain. However, I don't know. I wouldn't really say trust no one. I feel like you can trust people. It's just hard to trust most people. Because I do feel like people are inherently selfish and that's why it's hard to trust because people will look out for themselves more. But I don't think you can't trust people. Chasing people who don't care about you will drain your soul 100%. People will put in effort if they want to put in effort. People will do what they want to do. You can't chase after someone. You can't force someone to do something. So don't do it. And all it does is drain your own energy and make yourself feel low. One example is if someone doesn't have confidence and they need to work on themselves and you're at a point where you're confident and you're set in life and you're trying to help them, it'll only just make you less confident. It'll just bring down your self-esteem. When I hear chasing, I think it's beyond just trying to get with someone. When I hear chasing, I think it's towards helping them, chasing them to benefit their life somehow, and that could end up hurting your own life. I've had moments where I tried to help people's self-esteem, and in turn, here comes my self-esteem being somewhat affected. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Where you can't help people that don't want to be helped or they're not ready to be helped. And sometimes it's not your position to help that person.
Remember, life has its ups and downs. Ups and downs.
My knees aren't invincible. Amen! As someone who's torn their ACL and meniscus, they are not invincible. And I used to do so many great things, and now I'm just I need to keep lifting the way I do. Some people aren't compatible with monogamy. Okay. Being patient is normally good things, but problems don't magically fix themselves. If there's an ongoing problem, it has to be confronted. Fair, 100%. Nobody really cares about your thinking of you. Might think you. Nobody really cares about you or is thinking about you. You might think you want a nice house or car to impress people, but that will only work for a week or two and then nobody really cares. That's honestly true. I feel like so much of our time spent on how's this person going to react, when in reality, everyone's just so stuck in their own lives that others kind of become irrelevant. And yeah, if we make others very relevant, it's different. For example, with social media, if we make these stories that people post, or if we make these videos and so on seem like reality and seem very important as a mark to which we need to get to, then yes. However, in reality, no one cares. Everyone's just focused on themselves. No one's like, hey, I need to make sure Susan knows I'm doing great in life. If that's your focus, then you're not doing great at life. You need to just focus on you, because that's what everyone else is doing in the reality. People don't think too much about you as you think they do. So many people are saying this, and as you get older, you realize this, because the thing is, especially when we're younger, when we're in high school, or even younger than that, we're surrounded by the same people every single day. And yeah, they have nothing better to think about. Just school. I mean, depending on how they're growing up. If they're growing up a pretty chilling life with parents parenting, then they don't really have much to think about their kids. So yeah, people are gonna gossip, people are gonna talk about that, and people probably will care about what you're doing with your life to an extent. However, as you get older, it doesn't matter, because life just gets so hectic, the time goes so fast that you just forget to think of other people. You forget to even contain communication with other people sometimes. You get so caught up and then you go sleep. Or hurt your hand multiple times as you say this. No one is coming to fix it. Oh, that hurts. It is something I do take dearly. You can't just wait for someone else to come and help you. You have to do it yourself. However, if you are able to help people, go for it. Don't do it too much though, because people will take advantage. Nobody cares like they say they do. Okay, a lot of people are in that. Which doesn't automatically mean wisdom. I like someone. You can still win and lose. Makes moves before you waste your days giving. Okay, yeah. So move forward. Don't just waste your time. People treat you exactly how you allow them to, 100%. As someone who has had to learn boundaries, you need to give people boundaries. Because if you let them treat you like crap, they will treat you like crap. A lot of times, for example, in abusive relationships, first they will kind of treat you like crap a little bit to see if they can do it. And then it just gets worse and worse because they know they can do it. If you tell people, hey, you can't do that, they're not going to. If someone has a place of authority, the people that are below them aren't going to treat them like crap because they're not allowed to, because that person has a place of authority. They could change their lives. And that's, to an extent, a boundary because of that level of authority. So you have to create your own boundaries. And that's something I've had to learn. Don't let people treat you like crap. Have your own self-worth and know that self-worth. Keep it on top. Next. The benefit one. I do feel like everyone needs to benefit another person in order to be in any form of relationship, romantic or not. And benefit just doesn't mean financially, doesn't mean a specific tangible item. Benefit can be emotionally. Giving time alone is one of the most valuable things you can give someone. Lending a hand when they need it. Just being there for another person. That is still giving someone. So yes, I do think in order for something to keep moving, both sides need to benefit for it to even be healthy. However, what that benefit is ranges. What's the truth about mental health? That sounds cruel, but it's still real. First one, it's not your fault, but it's your problem and your responsibility. So no one can be fully responsible to keep up with mental health on their own without the help of an environment they live in and work and other people in it. 100%. On top of that, no amount of therapy and medication can help a person who doesn't want to work on their mental health. Society does have an obligation to make mental health care available to anyone who needs it, but forcing people who are only harming themselves and don't want the resources will not use that care is just useless. Unfortunately, not seeking care is a symptom of many mental health issues. Not trusting doctors or fear of being judged with depression, for instance. Even actively seeking out, there's a hurdle that makes it very hard for somebody with an actual mental health condition to seek help. Continue. Help is not available for a lot of people, even if they want it. As someone who is pursuing psychiatry, mental health is so important because, one, it is in charge of so much of your physical health. If someone is depressed and they're feeling like crap and they physically can't get out of bed, they can't do healthy things. Or on top of that, if someone can't understand the difference between health and not health because of what they're going through mentally, mental health is health, right? Yes, you can't always see it, and that's what makes it harder if you ask me. However, I'm very happy there's more focus going towards it, because humans are very different than every other species. Species as a whole act on instinct. Eat, sleep, survive. Humans survive in a very different way, and it's a mental game to survive. Just waking up alone, everyone has a morning routine, right? Everybody wakes up in a certain way to push themselves through that day. Other people that have even harder mental health issues like schizophrenia, ADHD, everything ranges, obviously, and so on and so forth. Life does become harder because it's an extra layer they have to go through. And not everybody has to go through that extra layer. Some people are more susceptible to mental health, some people are not. I can go on and on about mental health consistently. However, the point to this is, one, yes, it's not anybody else's responsibility, but if someone you love is obviously showing signs of mental health problems, take it on as your responsibility, but you can't save them if they don't want to be saved. I know, it's like a circle, double-edged sword, so on. On top of that, I hate when people blame their mental health for a lot of things. They don't do things like, I'm depressed. There are so many people that are depressed. Do not use it as an excuse. I get it, some days you have worse days, but a lot of people, not a lot of people, certain individuals use it as an excuse. It is not an excuse. It is an extra hurdle you have to deal with, but it's just like any other physical pain, physical health problem. And people that are mentally ill do become physically ill. And physical illness does create mental illness. It is all connected. This is why it's all medicine. I think mental illness it's so complicated that you need so many aspects to come to it. When people have strokes, we give them physical therapy, we give them speech therapy. When people are undergoing a mental health crisis, why not give them therapy? Like talk therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. It's still therapy. We need to treat it as if it's just like any other medical problem, because it is. Okay. Can you tell I'm passionate? You wake up 10 years in the future. What's the first thing you Google? Slept 10 years. Is this normal? Slept 10 years. Cancer. That is so funny. I have a friend who's a hypochondriac, and literally anything that happens, she sneezes and she's like, hey, am I dying? Anything that happens. If Google is still a thing. TLDR, what did I miss? Another one also said current world map, which is wild. I don't think people realize how often the world changes and how so much of it is territories. What should everyone try at least once? I love the first answer. Living alone, if possible. Completely agree. Swimming in the ocean at night, traveling somewhere alone where you don't speak the language, telling someone you love them first, working a service job, making something with your hands that takes real time and effort. I have done every single one of these. Completely agree. Living alone will help teach you responsibility and it'll force you how to cook. It'll teach you how to deal with a house and how to maintain that domestic aspect of life. Swimming ocean at night can help you really appreciate nature and just the beauty of the night atmosphere. I did it in the Caribbean, so my swimming at night may be different than someone who lives in a different part of the world. Traveling somewhere alone where you don't speak the language, honestly, that one humbles you, two, it teaches you culture, and it's just such a beautiful thing. And just not knowing what someone's saying, it's so simple. Right? It's not even yes, it could be a fearful thing, but it's kind of like meditation to an extent. When we hear everything happening around us, it kind of becomes a little anxiety prone. But when we have no idea what's happening, I guess, yeah, that could be anxiety prone too. Or it could just be blissful because you're just living and you're appreciating. Telling someone you love them first. Working a service job, yes, humbles you and just teaches you what other people go through. Making something with your hands that takes real time and effort also shows you how people used to live back in the day, and works on skills, patience a lot as an individual. So 100% I agree with every single one of these. Helping strangers, please. Altruism is beautiful. Altruism is amazing. Altruism makes you feel good. Is altruism selfish? To an extent, because it makes you feel good, but whatever. Be altruistic. Shrooms, seriously. I can't get deeper into that because of legality issues. However, you guys should read some research on that topic. Go feed people in need. You get peace inside that you can't even explain. 100%. Solo travel, therapy, jump in cold water like during the winter time. I can honestly successfully say I have done most of these. I jumped in the Canadian waters on New Year's. I've solo traveled multiple times throughout Europe, throughout America. I drove alone with my 2 cats from New York to California. I studied abroad in multiple different countries, and food from other a lot of this is go experience different cultures. One, okay? Like, go travel and do it by yourself, because you learn so much by yourself. And this is coming from a female. I do know more, but this is coming from a female. Go travel by yourself. Another thing is go swimming in an ocean if you can. It is a little liberating, I'm not gonna lie. And if it's a little cold, why not? 3, helping someone else. I love that that's an answer. It is such a great thing to do. Please go help someone else. People need help regardless. Think about it. Do as you wish others would do for you. You know, anyone could use help if they ask for it. But help. It's nice when you don't need to gain anything. It's nice. It just feels good, so do it.
All right, this is a lot of weight we could get rid of now. Oof, good job.
Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you learned something new today. If you have any questions you want to ask the world, shoot it down in the comments, and I will even ask for you, and we will make a video about it. But thank you all for spending this time with me, and I hope you enjoyed it.